All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the Always Chillin' podcast. Skinny D and the Sandman in the barbershop once again. We're talking about honey. I didn't think you were wrong, but this person explains it pretty good. If you don't know how bees make honey, they drink sugar water, which is nectar, off of the flowers,
Nectar.
and then they brew it in their stomach and then barf it back up as honey.
Yeah.
But chemistry happens in their stomach. I don't know anything about the chemistry.
Me neither.
But they eat where's the pollen has nothing to do with it. They just carry the pollen from flower to flower.
Yeah, that's it. That's
The pollen doesn't have anything to do with
another
the honey.
process. Yeah. But
So like with strawberry honey, what gives it what gives it like a strawberry flavor, you know?
the homie said he's gonna have to kill you before he tells you his
Okay.
recipe.
Fair enough. I'll Google
Shit's fire though.
flavor.
I don't know. I think it's same way you do jam or something.
Oh yeah, it does have something to do with it because the color and the flavor of the honey differs depending on the nectar source visited by the honeybees.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, he takes them back and forth from Oregon
So it's
to
not
Nebraska.
that's not the pollen though. That's the
no,
nectar stuff.
no.
So it's the flower nectar. So the strawberry nectar that they throw up gives it the strawberry flavor. I had nectar and pollen confused.
Yeah. Pollen, the pollination,
yeah.
that's a whole different.
Yeah.
I think that might even be a whole different bee.
Yeah, and that just helps the plant like reproduce or whatever. I saw this thing about old bees when bees like know they're about to die, they don't go back to the hive. So sometimes at night you'll see bees just like asleep on a flower, and those are super old bees, and they know that they're about to die.
Been there
Yeah.
probably for a week before you even notice it. Just
Yeah.
sitting in there, like, oh shit.
Yeah, and I guess they still go to work every day. Like when they feel like they're gonna die, they're like, I guess this is it. And then if they wake up the next day, they're like, all right, I'll keep making some honey. But they never go back to the hive.
I think
again.
even after they sting you, they die.
Mhm.
The males
Yeah.
die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some plant-based people, like I said, I'm not one of them. I'll eat honey, but yeah, they say you're not supposed to consume honey as a plant-based or a vegan or whatever, because it comes from an animal. My argument always was, it's not hurting the bee, and the bee's not dying. You got different kinds of
Yeah.
plant-based people. Some people
see.
do it for their health. Some people do it for the animals. Some people do it for whatever attention, I guess.
Let's see.
But that was always my argument.
There's a whole website
It's not
called
hurting the bee.
There's a whole website called Debate a Vegan. This guy says, "How is honey not vegan?" I get that a bee lives in a hive. Other than creating a home, what do bees need honey for? Other animals raid beehives daily, and bees haven't and don't do anything back. So why would it be non-vegan to eat honey? So he's like, bears just reach in there and eat honey and shit. Like, it's natural, man. Anyways, the vegans respond. Like a lot of them are talking about it it's like a cruelty thing.
How? That's how.
Bees only produce honey in the presence of a queen, so some beekeepers, they say many, I'm going to say some. I feel like many is whatever. Some beekeepers order queens online and clip their wings so they can't move. After the honey's produced, they often remove it and replace it with corn syrup or a sugar substitute, which is, well, then you're making bad honey and like whatever. Like these companies, like that dude you're talking about ain't doing that.
No, he's not doing that.
Yeah. This guy says it's an animal byproduct. Cows produce milk, bees produce honey. Being a vegan isn't about controlling how animals interact with each other. This is talking about the bear thing.
Like I said, I'm not a radical there. I would consider some of them the radicals.
Yeah, it seems like all the vegans say that it's not vegan.
They all say that it's not.
Yeah, they all say vegan. If you eat honey, you're not. These guys are going a step farther. If you eat honey, you're not vegan. So these guys would try to tell you.
Well, I'm not vegan.
You're not a vegan. Okay, yeah, cool. And so's honey.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, like literally.
If you think about the whole process,
like it literally comes from a plant.
It comes from a plant, and the bee,
the bee's like the machine that turns it into honey.
He's the middleman. Yeah, so
I don't think it's gonna bother me, but it is gonna be kind of weird the next time I have honey and I'm like,
yeah, put it up.
Think of it.
Check it out.
Well, I feel like the stuff you get from the store, they probably take that out, right?
Oh yeah, it's kind of processed.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
yeah. I don't think they leave their like bodies and shit. They probably filter it through something that gets
Yeah.
all that shit out of there.
Yeah, you
But I
can.
don't know. It's called raw honey. What does that mean? Does that mean they don't do anything to that?
They
We
don't do
we get
anything
raw
to it.
honey, so maybe there are.
That, what's the word? Somebody just asked me that the other day. Organic. I'm like, organic is they pull that shit right out of the dirt and they put it on the shelf. You know what I mean? You gotta go home and cleanse your shit. That's what organic means. There's no pesticides, no spray, no nothing. Water, dirt, and sunshine.
That makes sense. Raw honey, they do filter it to get rid of the debris.
But some of that shit
but they
goes
don't
through.
pasteurize it.
They don't pasteurize
So
it. Some of
there
that shit goes through.
I'm sure it does. Sure it does. I mean,
talking
you,
bee
you
legs
eat a lot of bug parts anyway, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Like how many?
Shit,
Like
just-
how many like fly legs? And
Just
shit
the
you eat?
other night, man, we rode our bikes the other night. Shit, I probably ate 4 or 5 of them motherfuckers, man.
Dude.
It's these one little motherfuckers that's sour than a motherfucker too.
When I used to ride my motorcycle, I had a my shit was tinted. The my visor.
Oh,
I had like a mirrored one,
so all the
so
splats.
people couldn't see my face. Well, not even the splats, dude, but at night I had to open it because I couldn't see shit because it was tinted. And this this fucking
Oh,
yeah, I was dude, I could see it. Like I was riding and then I saw a giant. It was like a grasshopper. It jumped off the side of the road, and I was like slow motion. I watched it. It was just like blam, and it hit me in the eye, dude. It hit my eyeball and it like exploded. Like my whole face felt wet, and I was like, Jesus fuck. Yeah, dude. And the whole way home, dude, I'm like one eye closed. Like,
shit. Oh, them motherfuckers
Shit's
is
fucked
big
up,
too,
yeah.
man. Oh,
dude, it hit me
shit.
in the face. I was like, "Boom," like it knocked my head back. I was like, Jesus.
God damn.
Yeah,
It
dude.
probably clipped your helmet and then exploded in your eye or something.
Probably. I don't know.
Oh,
It felt like
man.
it hit me like directly in the fucking eyeball, dude. I felt like I felt its body hit my face, and then it was just like wet.
Yeah, that's happened to me riding my
I was
bike
like,
just the other night.
Yeah, go in your mouth,
I
whatever.
almost fucking fell and everything. Man. Like, oh man, it ruined the night. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
we're
I'm
going
gonna
home.
die tonight in my
We're going
sleep,
home.
man. What did I eat, man? What the fuck? That shit was makes me want to throw up thinking about that shit.
Oh, this guy says taking honey benefits them as long as you leave enough for them to have.
Yeah, my homie said that before.
Yeah, like they don't need that much honey
No,
around.
they don't need that.
And you take it and then they make more. And that makes sense because if they're getting raided all the time in the wild, they make a bunch of it and then the bear only takes some of it and then they still have some for them.
It's like they know.
Yeah,
Bees are
and
amazing.
then they keep making more. So if you don't take it, then they're just gonna keep making more, and it probably gets like it's like a hoarder's situation in it. There's just honey everywhere.
dripping out the tree and shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't argue anymore about it. I still
Yeah,
consume
whatever.
it. Shit. Go home and eat me some honey.
Yeah, I think
And,
that plant based is that's a good point. I think honey's plant based for sure. Like literally,
I think so too.
literally, like that's what it means.
Yeah, I've been saying it the whole time.
College Football 25 came out.
I did.
Shit's good, man. Might have to add you. We'll have to get on there sometime.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love
I
it.
like it a lot.
It's-
go ahead.
It's the same, but it's different,
Right. It feels familiar,
right?
but it's different enough. Like I'm learning a bunch of shit. I'm starting to play linebacker for the first time. I used to play just on the D line user, but now I'm trying to play linebacker more.
I usually play DB
Mm-hmm.
or linebacker.
Yeah, I've been messing around with safety too. Just
I'm not too
trying-
good on the line.
trying to play the middle linebacker. Yeah, I feel like the line does better when I'm not on it. You know,
Right. Linebacker, DB most of the time.
but
I can
defense
play.
is hard on that shit, dude. Like a lot of my games are like 79 to 63, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
Oh my god, I gotta be on. I gotta score every single time I get the fucking ball, and then they're just gonna throw like an 85-yard bomb.
Well, it's when they say it's in the game, it's in the game. Like
It's in the game.
it's like even Madden, but like the earlier college games, I felt like I'm winning like 103-0. This ain't that.
Mm-mm.
You ain't doing that.
And it feels like hit stick is like like
Is it?
they
Is
just
it
bounce
there?
off. They just bounce off of them.
I'm trying
Well,
to.
I
find
think
the
it's just
analog,
because
like,
I think
is
it's just
it
because
there?
some dudes are that much better.
Yeah.
Like some dude, and I think like it takes like weight and stuff into account, like how big the guy
How big
is.
you are.
So if you try to hit stick somebody,
that's
with,
what I was thinking too.
if you try to hit stick somebody that's 6'3" and 250 pounds with somebody who's
You getting
5'5",
trucked.
Yeah.
you're getting trucked.
So I think they just made it more like realistic
I
because
don't
hit
know,
stick.
on
I
the
used to be.
group,
I'm hit sticking people in Madden with like people that are a foot shorter than
flick
them.
his stick. I'm on the group page, same group page you're on, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah.
a lot of guys complaining.
I had
on it, and
to. I had to mute that actually.
I'm like, damn, man. I mean,
Something I don't remember what something was going on there that was bugging the
what
fuck
I
out of me.
wonder is are a lot of these guys? Because I've never stopped playing.
Dude, I have 100 hours on that shit already. I checked.
I mean, even through the years, whether it
Oh,
was
yeah.
the old 14 edition that I had or
Well,
Madden.
this whole time I've been playing NCAA 11 on my computer.
Yeah, so I never stopped playing. I'm
Mhm.
wondering if a lot of these guys gave up their PlayStation years ago,
Probably.
and now that this is out, they went and got a PlayStation, and they're starting from literally from scratch now. So it is hard to them.
Yeah.
Where I'm
I mean,
like,
dude, it's hard. It's kind of hard to me too.
defense,
Sometimes.
yeah, I'm
Defense
like,
is
I'm
tough.
getting fucking hit, man.
I
I'm
think
like,
they
what
did
the
that on
fuck?
purpose. They said like they were trying to make it more like exciting.
Trying to
and
patch it up. Yeah, they did. Because all my scores, like,
it was fucking
I've
crazy.
lost, and I've lost some too.
Mhm.
Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I started on All American.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like to play on Heisman and shit because I want it to be real. Like, I don't want to be playing like Nebraska's not going to beat Ohio State this year.
No.
They're just not. So I don't like. For fun, I'll load up a game where I beat the shit out of Ohio State by 100 points. But in my actual like, I have like a for fun dynasty, and then I have one I take seriously.
Matter of fact, those were my two losses: Ohio State and Oregon.
Yeah.
Murdered me.
Yeah. So I have a for fun one where I don't take it that seriously, and if I don't like how the game's going, I restart and shit. And then I have a serious one where once I start the game, that's just how it's gonna go. And if I throw 7 interceptions, I guess I did that.
Oh man.
Yeah, like-
I didn't even talk about that. I threw like
Yeah,
what?
like,
Eight, I had to start that
whatever.
game over. I had 8
Yeah,
interceptions.
like I have one where I'm allowed to do that, and then I have one where I got to take it serious.
I had to start that game over.
Yeah,
like,
and my,
8 interceptions. Damn.
Yeah, and my fun one is on All American, so I win all the time. I'm like 40-0, and I've won 3 national championships in a row and shit.
Yeah, that Heisman, man.
Yeah. And then on Heisman's the one I take seriously, and I think I had a game going before I left the house, and I think I'm about to lose to USC.
I'm 5-5 on Heisman.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, but I like that because it's more realistic. Like I'm not in my for fun one. I'm getting like every 5-star recruit in the country. So now I'm just instant, dude. I got this 5-star option. He's a 5-star gem, so it's like he's a 6-star, and he's got this ability called Option King. So he's super good at running the option. And then I switched my because my problem with College Football 25 isn't really a problem with that. It's a problem. I don't like Nebraska's playbook. I don't think Nebraska's playbook is that cool, and it's because he's not a mobile
That's
dude.
not what we're gonna run.
It is though. I think
It is.
Yeah, because they got they said they got actual plays from all the play. Ryan Day told his defensive players to go play College Football 25 to learn other teams' playbooks.
It's kind of a narrow playbook if that's.
Well, it's not all of it, but
Okay.
but it gives you it's their style, and this is what they're gonna do to you. Like we have a lot of RPOs and jet sweeps and stuff.
Pro
so
style, yeah.
yeah, so I guarantee we're gonna be seeing a lot of RPOs and jet sweeps and stuff next year.
I mean, that's why guys want to come here. I mean,
Yeah, that's all fine.
Nebraska at one time was an NFL pipeline, so
Mhm.
you gotta run those
Well, and
offenses.
it still can be, but
It still is.
Well, and I really think Matt Rule is. I think he's committed to running the option because if you look like Raiola, I think he is like a generational talent and he wants to come here, so you have to take him and you build your offense around him. But if you look at the kids Rule is recruiting after him, they're all dual threats. All of them. They all are running quarterbacks. So I think he wants to go back to it. It's just Raiola's not the guy to do that, and he wants to like Raiola's a really good player. Probably he hasn't really played yet, but
I've seen him in person.
I mean,
he's
been good
I'm
everywhere
sure
he's
he's
gone.
crazy athletic, but he doesn't look like a runner.
He's slow. He's like a 75 speed on. Like I'm running the read option sometimes, and he doesn't get a yard.
He's big as fuck.
Yeah, he's big.
I mean, he ain't going down with. It's gonna take 3 hits.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna be great. I just don't really like that offense. So
If he does decide to run, it's gonna take a D lineman and a linebacker. That DB ain't getting him down.
yeah, so on my for fun dynasty, Raiola's gone, and I got this 5-star option quarterback. So I switched to Liberty's playbook. Liberty has a really cool spread option playbook.
Yeah, they run crazy, don't they?
They do like a spread triple option.
Yeah.
They got some spread triple option shit. It's pretty cool. So now I run the Liberty playbook.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with it. I give it
It's
5
good.
stars.
It's good. Yeah, it's really good, man. I told my wife, dude, I was like, listen, you think I play video games right now? You haven't even seen me. You haven't seen what it's like to me. Like I'm talking every second of free time I've had, I'm
I already told her. I told her
I
as
should've.
I'm watching the countdown on my PS5.
I was
like,
too.
you ain't
I
gonna
was
see
too.
me for a couple days.
I was too. My wife was sending me pictures of it while I was at work
Yeah, you ain't gonna see
of the
me.
countdown. My wife, she was really good about it. She knew I was excited. She would turn on my PlayStation and get the countdown up and send me a picture of it at work.
I ain't gonna lie. I stayed up. I looked at my phone and it was 4:03.
Jeez, dude. There was one day I didn't sleep at all. I was up for an entire night. Cause like I've been able to play it since last Monday at 4 when I got off work, and I have 100 hours. I have 4 whole days, like
Easy.
literally 4 entire days. Not even easy. Like I checked my PlayStation says 100 hours.
Easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
in a week. In a week, I have put 4 days. I mean, it's been a week and 2 days, but it's fucking crazy. Like every second of free time I've had, I'm playing that
Yeah,
shit,
I'm pretty satisfied with
and I
it.
love it.
Waited what, 10 years for this?
Like 12.
12? Yeah,
Almost.
12 years for this.
Almost 12, 11, 12. Yeah, it's good. And there's some stuff like at Memorial Stadium, if you throw a touchdown, they'll run out the back of the end zone and they'll just run straight through the wall. And they just disappear. It's kind of weird. Like there's some stuff that like
Yeah, there was a lot of glitches.
in College Football 26, maybe they clean that up and shit.
There was a lot of glitches when I first, but I had to think like how many motherfuckers are like playing right now, same time I am.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was kind of glitching on me at first. Like my quarterback was lining up behind the guard and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man?
There's one time where I was on defense and they sent the running back on a motion and he was like on a treadmill. He was just like
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
in it just running in place for a little bit. And I was like, what the fuck is going
I
on?
don't know. I might have to go get the physical copy.
Well, I told my wife I'm probably going to do that when it goes on sale, just in case they ever like get weird about it and pull it off again. That way, I'll always have a copy of it. Because not having a copy of 14 kind of fucked me. I would have been playing 14 this whole time instead of 2011.
Yeah, I still got my shit.
Mm-hmm. I saw people like burying their.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. It's like you said, they want to get funny about the shit.
Yeah.
I at least got that one still.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy to the commentary's really cool this year because it's crazy to hear them talking about actual people.
Actual people.
Like they sit there like Mike Rozier and Eric Crouch and Tommy Frazier, and I'm like, damn it! Like I didn't realize that they weren't allowed to do that before, but now that they're doing it, it's like that's a big difference.
I noticed they didn't have the coaches though. They don't have the real coaches.
No, they don't want to pay the coaches because like how much money do you think Dion's gonna want?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, how much are the players getting?
$600.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. But that's because there's 10,000 of them. Like EA couldn't afford to, and they have to pay all of them the same. The coaches they wouldn't have to pay all the same, but like Matt Rule and Lane Kiffin, they said they would be in it for free because it's good for recruiting. Like they want kids to sit down and like see them in the game.
Yeah, you got to profile the coach too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know what else was cool is I saw, I think he's a wide receiver at Kansas State. I don't remember his name, but he posted a video of his little brother scoring a touchdown with him in the game. It was awesome. I almost cried about it.
That's dope.
It's fucking sweet.
That's dope.
It's amazing.
That's
Like letting these kids be in this game is like the greatest thing anybody's ever done.
Oh yeah. Even if you're not a star player.
Yeah, like they deserve it, especially if you're not a star player, because this might be the only like recognition you get. And then like, if you're the third string running back and you never
in there
and you never even, I mean, third string running, you're probably going to see the field. If you're a walk on 6th string running back, whatever the fuck, like you can buy a copy of the game, and you have kids 20 years from now, you can be like, check this out.
I'm in there.
That's me. I'm in this game.
That's me. Yeah, that's dope. That's probably got to be the dopest thing of all. $600 shit. They're making more than that. In their
And then you can
regular
fucking
deals.
You're a dude that walks on or whatever. I don't think walk-ons are in the game because you can only have 85 people on the roster. But you're a dude that you're not going to the NFL. You can import yourself into Madden. Fucking play like
$600 shit.
shit. For $600, you got a lifetime achievement award, dude.
That's a deal. Where do I sign?
Yeah. They pay you $600 and they got the game for free. They got $600 and a free copy of the game, and you get to be in the game, dude. That's a sick deal.
Where do I sign?
Yeah. But yeah, Lane Kiffin and Matt Rule both said that they would do it for free.
They still could add that though. I wouldn't be surprised.
But I don't think Dion would, man.
Dion.
Because Dion's in like the story mode for Madden 24, and I bet you they paid him a shit ton of money for that.
Dion.
People think Dion's gonna go to USC. People think
USC.
Paul Feinbaum, the SEC network guy, he said it. People think that Lincoln Riley's gonna get fired this year because USC's been sucking, and he's on the hot seat, and they think that Dion would make sense to replace him. I'm like, not unless they win some fucking football games.
I think he'll land in the Big 12 somewhere.
I mean, he already is, man. Colorado's back in the Big 12. I think he'll end up in the ACC. So I think he'll end up at like Florida.
ACC.
I think Florida State would be cool.
Mm.
If he goes to Florida State, I'll be a huge fan, honestly, because I like Florida State and I think Deion's cool, like as a dude.
It would have to be Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be Florida State. But how often does the alma mater thing work out? How often does that work out?
I feel like
That's a good question. How much does that work out? What's the numbers on that?
Let's see. Successful. You see, and this is why I'm excited about AI, because I have to sit here and try to figure out how to Google this to get what I want. But if we had like a Jarvis thing in here, we could just ask it and it would know. You know? Talking about AI and shit.
Right, here we go.
Successful head coaches at Alma. I'll tell you one that didn't work out was Scott Frost.
Oh, I said, whatever job he takes next,
Here we
he
go.
has a lot of questions. There.
Best alma mater coaches of all time. Let's see.
In any sport, doesn't matter.
Bear Bryant. Bear Bryant played at Alabama.
Oh, I was about to say Ohio State or Alabama.
Nick Saban at Kent State.
Huh?
I guess he was at Kent State for a little bit.
When?
Or something. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Nick Saban, Kent
Yeah, Bear Bryant, Mike Gundy. Did Dabo Swinney go to Clemson?
I think he did.
Bear Bryant, Frank Beamer, Jim Harbaugh, Kirby Smart, Terry Donahue, David Shaw, Pat Fitzgerald, Mike Gundy. There's a few.
Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State coach.
Yeah.
He went to Oklahoma State?
Yeah.
He did.
But you know what's crazy is, did you see that thing he said about his player that got a DUI?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, he had a few beers and he went driving. I've done that 1,000 times. It's like, why would you say that?
Yeah, he looks like a partier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Harbaugh, Steve Spurrier.
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he won the Heisman. Ain't Spurrier a Heisman Trophy winner?
I don't know. Let's see.
I think Steve Spurrier won the Heisman.
Steve Spurrier.
He's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, so it works out sometimes.
I'm pretty sure he won the Heisman. Who am I thinking about?
You know what? I think the Scott Frost thing would have worked out if we would have. I mean, this never would have happened because he was the head coach at USF or UCF, and he was like the hottest shit of all time at that moment. But if we had a head coach, like a super experienced older head coach, and we brought Scott Frost on as like the offensive coordinator for a while, I think that would have been pretty cool because the offense him and Chip Kelly were running at Oregon was like, it was fucking sweet.
I agree with you there. Where I agree with you. I'm 80% with you. My other 20% is this. Like, this has always been my gripe, especially when guys leave somewhere and they're not successful in their next venture. Like, yeah, you were at Central Florida 2-3 years with these guys. Yeah, you developed a relationship with these guys. You had barbecues. Your babies went to the same daycare. I get it.
They don't all need to
this
come.
is Nebraska we're going to.
Right.
You probably I love you, dog. I do. Especially because I'm Scott Frost and I know what it's about. Dog, you probably ain't ready for this one, man. I'ma keep you in the Rolodex though. And I'm gonna go get one of them motherfuckers I know. Whether he went to Nebraska or not. But a motherfucker I know from Oregon or wherever out of that Pac-12 conference that can be my OC. And then, we'll go from there. But the friend thing, because you were my homie and we went undefeated with a team that I don't even know if Scott Frost even recruited one of those dudes. I can't remember the situation why he was even handed the coaching job. Well, didn't that coach have to
Let's look at
get
Scott
fired,
Frost.
or he got sick? How did he get that
Let's look at
job?
Scott Frost Wikipedia. Steve Spurrier did win a Heisman Trophy, by the way.
Yeah,
1966.
66. Yeah.
Let's see.
How did Scott Frost get
high
that
school, college career? What was his? I've never looked at his stats. Let's see what his stats were. His last year, 88 of 159. That's like a
job? Yeah,
little
he
over
didn't throw that
50%.
motherfucker at all.
1,200 passing yards, 55%, 5 touchdowns. Only 5 touchdowns for the whole year.
We ain't throwing, dog.
5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
We're not throwing it.
Crazy. What was his rushing stats? Yeah, he had 12.
Yeah.
He had 1,100 rushing
Yeah.
yards and 10 touchdowns. No,
We
I know
ain't-
you don't got to tell me.
ain't
I've
doing
never
it.
looked at the stats.
We telling you what we doing when we get to the line.
Okay, so here's what happened. It wasn't that weird. So Scott Frost, he was hired as the head football coach at UCF. He replaced their longtime coach George O'Leary and their interim head coach Danny Barrett because O'Leary, the interim head coach had to take over because they went 0-8 and O'Leary resigned.
That's right.
In the middle of the
he
season.
was like, "Fuck it,
Yeah.
I'm done."
They finished 0-12, and then that next year, Scott Frost led them to 6 wins. They went to a bowl game.
Hey, the sun shines on the dog's ass at least once a
And
day.
then in 2017 they went 11-0. Won an AAC championship 62-55 in double overtime against Memphis. And went 12-0. Led the Knights into the Peach Bowl, and they beat 7th ranked Auburn.
They
There you
did
go.
beat Auburn?
Yep.
Damn, I thought
Yeah, they
they
went-
lost.
They went 13-0.
Yeah.
That's that season they were saying they should have been national champions. But dude, Alabama would have fucking smoked them.
That'd have been a basketball score, dog. Nah,
I mean, not even a basketball score, but
that would have been a basketball score.
like, well, I'm saying it would have been like 111-14. Like, that's not even a basketball. I don't even know what sport that is. Basketball score at least 120-57 or
God
something.
Damn. Yeah, nah, don't. Yeah, nah. I remember that. Yeah, nah. Y'all ain't. Like I said, the sun shines on the dog's ass at least once a day, and that's all that was. Like I said, he didn't recruit one of those guys,
And he came here and fucked it up,
and
dude.
came here and just had the keys to the Ferrari, the brand new candy apple red Ferrari, and crashed that motherfucker. First night out. Yeah, he got a lot of answering to do.
That Georgia Southern game was the first time in 215 home games that Nebraska lost while scoring over 35 points.
That's ridiculous.
Frost became the first Nebraska head coach since 1961 to not have a winning season at all. The last one was Bill Jennings, 1957,
I don't even know who that
1961.
is. Bill Jennings.
He's coached for 4 years, didn't win a single game.
Damn. You're fired.
Crazy, man. This is the craziest thing about Trump getting shot at is like I barely even remember it happened.
I want to ask you, bro.
Yeah.
They said he had an AR, right? And I've looked at some things and I've listened to some things, but I'm gonna ask an expert. Let me see how I want to word this. And you said you were a designated marksman, not a sniper, but you're a
Right.
pretty good shot. Could you miss on purpose that close if you wanted to?
No, because
Can anybody be trained that
no,
well
no,
to miss
no,
on
no, no, no,
purpose
no,
like
no,
that?
no, not like that, and especially not a headshot like that. That's so risky because guns have it's like a margin of error. Like you could shoot a bullet the exact same way, and there's like a from like 300 yards, there's probably like a 6-inch circle that bullet could be in.
Okay, so
It could be anywhere inside that. So if you try to, I mean, he was only like 120 yards away, but like you could make a shot like
which
that.
ain't far with an AR. You can
Right. I could hit somebody probably every single time from that distance. I don't know that I could miss someone on purpose every single time. You know what I'm saying? Like I could definitely hit someone. I don't know if I could miss someone and hit him in the ear. On
like a warning
purpose.
shot. Pat, back up.
Yeah, like I can miss them wide, but I don't know if I could send a bullet right next to their head without hitting them
So he
on purpose.
missed.
He missed. And he only missed because, dude, I saw this diagram. Like Trump turned his head right before it happened, and if he wouldn't have turned his head, it would have went right through his brain. So all of this, like, I don't think it's fake. I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's just, and I don't think
I don't either.
No, I don't think you do. I'm just like all these people talking about it's fake. It's a conspiracy. I don't think it is.
Guy died, man.
Like I think we seriously got this close to seeing Trump get his head blown off.
And that's the fucked up thing about it. Like
And some people are like happy about it. Like I don't like.
that's the fucked up thing about it.
Like I don't like Trump. That I don't want him to get shot on TV.
Like I've never seen it like you, but I've seen it. Y'all don't want to live with that.
Yeah, well,
Seeing that on TV like that?
Mm-mm.
Are y'all serious?
No.
I don't, and that's where I'm at my wits end with this shit. It was like, come on, I think some of you fucking people are getting way too emotional about this. When you're
nobody needs to
happy
die.
about a dude.
Nobody needs to die, dude.
Come on, man, it ain't
nobody
that serious.
Nobody needs to die about it. And when people start dying about it, that's when like an actual civil war starts happening.
And for some odd reason, I actually had it on. I had my music on, but I had it on, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I turned it on, and they keep replaying it.
Well, there's a video where you can see his ear like ripping open. You can see it.
Yeah, that no, like that.
Dude, he was this close to getting shot in the head.
That would have been worse than 10 9/11s.
I don't know about that.
To see.
I mean, to see it to like, as far as like the global perception of America, like,
and I don't know what kind of round he had. I know there's different kinds of rounds.
I bet the dollar would have been worth half as much that day. Like from like from an international perspective, yeah, it would have been pretty bad. Like, I mean, 10 9/11s, like 2,000 people died, you know?
And not to put numbers on it.
Right.
Just the effect.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
That it would have had on people to see a man's head blown apart on national TV when millions of people are watching.
For sure.
And you motherfuckers, just because he said something you don't like,
you're like, yeah.
No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have. If that would have happened and you would have saw that, think about how many of you pussy motherfuckers would have needed therapy for that shit.
Yeah.
That's how serious it is.
Yeah, that would have been horrible. That would have been horrible, dude. Like,
that nobody, been a horrible thing to see.
Like, nobody needs to get assassinated, dude.
Nobody.
Like,
and I remember, I'm old enough to remember the Ronald Reagan shit.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Like, assassinating somebody, like, it's never that serious, dude.
And she got him. I'm pretty sure we got sent home from school. Like, that shit was serious. I do think she's out of prison, though.
And all they did was make Trump look awesome. Like that picture of him, like with the American flag behind him. It's like, Jesus.
Okay, well, yeah, well, I'm sure the kid had already been popped already by then, but you fight, pow, got you. You know what I'm saying?
So he shot 10 times and missed all of them. Like, cause I think the cops were.
See, that's why I had my music on.
Well, I think somebody saw him and the cops were like coming up on the roof to get him. So he was like. I think he had to shoot before he was ready. I think he was like, "Oh shit, here we go!" Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, again, I know you guys got your what do you call it? Your rules of engagement.
Yeah.
If you don't see a guy with a weapon, you gotta back the fuck up off him. Did the kid have the gun at that time?
I'm sure he did.
Okay,
yeah.
You see a dude with a weapon, you're supposed to take him out, right?
Probably.
How did he get that close? That's.
I don't know, man. It's weird. I think people just didn't do their job right that day. That's all it takes.
It boils down to nothing.
That's all it takes. And like when you think about it, like how often do you see some dumbass and you're like, that dude doesn't give a fuck about his job? Like people like that work at the Secret Service. Like they do.
Well, I think we found that out in the Obama administration.
People like that work everywhere.
Boat parties and hookers and shit, and all of them got fired.
Yeah, I mean, there's dudes that don't give a fuck about doing their job.
They are regular fucking dudes too.
There's dudes that don't care about doing their job everywhere. And no matter where you go, there's a dude that doesn't give a fuck.
I'm sure there's a totem pole there. And if you on the bottom, fuck it.
Well, and if the top dudes don't give a fuck, the bottom dudes that give a fuck can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that attitude trickles down. Yes. Well, didn't she get fired or resign?
Yeah, she resigned.
She resigned? Oh, she didn't give him a chance to fire her, huh?
No, well, dude, they ripped her ass. She had to go to Congress and, like, answer for it and shit, and they ripped her ass.
I didn't watch that shit.
Because they were like, why didn't you have anybody on that roof? And she was like, oh, because it's a sloped roof. And but it was a 1% slope. So the Congress dude was like, that's a wheelchair compliant slope. Like a person with a wheelchair can go up and down that slope. You didn't want your Secret Service agents to be on a sloped roof?
A sloped roof? Does that matter in Afghanistan? What the fuck the roof looks like?
No. It's weird, man. It's really weird. So I think people were just stupid and didn't do their jobs and they weren't thinking about stuff. Because like, people were talking about like, oh, if he wanted to kill Trump, he should have just flew a drone at him. You know, like a drone with a bomb on it, just flew it right at him.
Don't say that. I mean, shit. Yeah, they be saying some stupid shit.
People are saying stuff like that, and I'm sitting there thinking like, well, there's no way because they would have, because even in Afghanistan, we had these backpacks that we would wear. I think there would usually only be like two. There'd be one in front and one in back, but they would stop radio signals so that nobody could blow up nobody could blow up a bomb on us. But like if somebody was trying to fly a drone around or something, that would stop it. So you would think at an event that the president, it's called ECM, electronic countermeasures. You would think that at something like that they would have a little ECM bubble where you can't be using drones. I bet, like, I thought for sure, like, nobody's cell phones even worked in there. Like, you can't be making
And
phone
they got
calls.
to get a
in or out.
lay of the land, even what 2-3 days a week out at least.
Yeah, so I thought for sure, like, well, he wouldn't be able to fly a drone because there's probably ECM and like it wouldn't have worked. But then today I read an article about how the dude was flying a drone around 2 hours before the shooting. He was flying a drone around to like look at where to sit at.
And nobody checked this motherfucker out.
Dude, it's like and that's all it takes. Just people just don't pay attention and they're complacent and they're just lazy, and it's like that's not the right job for you to be lazy in, dude.
I mean, fuck. Where were they at again? Rural Pennsylvania, Ohio. Where the fuck?
I think somewhere in Pennsylvania.
I wanna say maybe that accounted for him being able to slide up in there for that. You know, they thought they was in such a wide, because you would rather be in a wide. I don't know. You probably wouldn't want to be in a wide open area. At least with no tree line for the enemy to hide behind. You know what I mean?
Where was it? Yeah, it's Pennsylvania.
It was like some little rural ass little town or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to have that locked down. Ain't nobody supposed to come near this shit. I feel like I could have did better security. Anybody that don't belong in this circle, motherfuckers, stop, shake them down.
Here's a new article. Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner reveals stunning details about Trump shooting.
Yeah, because they got to be responsible for some of this shit too, right?
Officer left post to look for crooks.
Secret Service just can't come to your town and not holler at the chief of police, the state police, somebody.
Paris said the two officers.
We got to work together on this. Or I could be wrong. Maybe does the Secret Service just handle everything?
This article sounds like the state police were there too.
Yeah, you would think they gotta have some kind of.
This is talking about
what's happening on that level.
Second floor, the officer in the building. Apparently there was a building with state police officers in it.
I heard
that could see the roof of that building, and they left to go look for the guy. And if they would have just stayed where they were at, they would have seen him and been able to shoot him. Yeah. So that's a thing, I guess. Crooks, the guy's name is Crooks. Crooks, the guy that shot at Trump. Crooks fired 8 times. Yeah, 8 shots.
He got 8 shots.
That's the first time they've confirmed how many shots it was. But it's 8. Before it was just multiple.
He got 8 shots off.
A municipal police officer came face to face with Crooks during the several minutes the would-be assassin was on the roof before Crooks fired on Trump. Paris said so these guys confronted this guy on the roof before he did this. Paris said that the brief confrontation came as a pair of local officers who had learned of Crooks' position on the roof attempted to climb up and confront the shooter, but while the officer was dangling from the roof, Crooks aimed his rifle at the officer, and the officer fell. Oh, so they were trying to climb up on the roof. That's why he was so in a hurry, because they were trying to climb up on the... Yeah, they were trying to climb up on the roof, and he pointed his gun at the cop, and the cop fell, and then he turned and started shooting at Trump.
So was it really that Trump turned at the right time, or was that happening?
Well, I mean, that was happening. Trump turned...
Everything lined up.
Because the way the bullet was going, if Trump didn't turn his head, it would have hit him in the brain.
At the same time.
Yeah, so all of that had to happen. That's what I'm saying, dude. We witnessed, like, probably the luckiest shit ever. Instead of witnessing a horrible murder, we probably witnessed the luckiest thing that's ever happened.
Oh, wow.
And people are sitting here like, it's fake, it's staged, whatever.
No.
I think it's the luckiest thing that's ever happened to anybody, honestly.
That's just it.
And I haven't really heard him out talking since this happened. But...
Oh, things got to change
first. Well, I mean, not even for the worst, but sometimes when people have like a near-death experience, they change. I'm not saying he's going to be a great dude or something, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes when people have a near-death experience like that, they're different.
He ain't really said a whole lot yet.
He hasn't been that active on shit. I don't know if he's trying to like play up the like there's assassination attempt and I'm hurt or whatever. I'm wondering how long he's going to wear that Band-Aid on his ear. Cuz he probably could take it off like now. But I bet he's going to wear that Band-Aid like the entire election. I bet he's going to be debating Kamala Harris in 3 months, and he's going to have that fucking Band-Aid on his ear.
Well, how much of his ear does he have left?
I think it just took like a little chunk out of it. I think he's fine.
Ears grow back pretty fast.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Yeah, I don't know. It's lucky, but I don't know. Maybe he'll think about some stuff. I don't think he's gonna be a great person. I don't think it's gonna be like a 180, but maybe he'll
Well, Mike Tyson say
chill
one
out a
time,
little
you
bit.
can get great things out of bad people and vice versa.
Yeah.
It could be that.
Yeah. Like maybe
I won't necessarily say
I don't
he's
think
a
he
bad
will.
guy, but he's not a good guy. I don't care for either one of them.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not registered to vote. I've never been registered to vote. I will never vote.
Well, I'm gonna vote this year because medical marijuana is gonna be on the ballot.
But I'm not. I don't. Oh, you vote. I'm not a. I won't hate on anybody for who they vote for.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't care. It's just, that's the thing. If I disagree with you about something, I don't want to kill you about it.
I ain't like that. Oh, you're a Republican. I'm neither one of them motherfuckers. I'm whatever.
Yeah, I mostly want people to leave me alone, and I want to leave other people alone too. And that's just
because I'm already seeing
like
on
pretty much how it
Facebook
works.
like families and friends and shit already starting this bullshit, man. And it's just like, man, like I said, it's all right wing, left wing. It's the same fucking bird. It's gang banging at its fucking.
I mean, it
finest.
literally is.
It's
Like
gangbanging,
it really
man.
is. Well, and like it feels like 80% of us are like in the middle and don't really care that much, and then there's people on the fringes that care like a lot.
I think maybe there'll be a record low.
I think
it's going to be the younger.
I think it's gonna be a record high, dude. Kamala
I think
Harris
it's going to be a record high. Well, yeah,
Kamala
we
Harris
got
is
that now,
Kamala Harris
yeah.
is going nuts on TikTok,
And
dude.
that's where the emotion.
Kamala Harris is
especially
going
black people.
crazy on TikTok.
Kind of, I get upset with black people around this same time, around the. Just don't be so fucking emotional. Close your eyes. Don't look at the person.
Yeah. Well,
and listen to what they say.
Well, did you see? Did you see that some Republican congressman said that she was a diversity hire?
There you go.
Like
right
the
there.
the White House already had to come out and be like, "Can you guys stop being racist for a
There
second?"
you go. Right there. That's just code.
Like for 1 second. That's exactly what my wife said.
That's just code for we racist. So it's gonna be the same bullshit.
Yeah.
As far as weed goes, I don't care if you legalize it or not. As long as the shit grows out of the ground, I'm a fucking smoke. I don't care about your imaginary fucking lines or none of that shit. I'm a smoke. I don't give a fuck about who legalizes it, who don't. You motherfuckers can't stop it from growing. So I don't give a fuck.
Well, I think they kind of fucked up a little bit, not making it recreational already.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for a lot of reasons, but this property tax thing.
Several years ago, I think they fucked that up.
This property tax thing that they're trying to do. First of all, if you legalize recreational weed, you could tax the shit out of it, and property tax probably goes away.
You could a whole bunch of other stuff.
Like you could pay for school. Like Colorado, I think only uses weed money to pay for schools.
Yo, there's no bad schools. Manual High School, shout out Manual High School, Denver, Colorado. It was considered the hood school. Like you couldn't have any night games there. Number one, it was the hood school, and they didn't have any lights. They didn't even have any track. The track was gravel.
I bet they do now.
They got all that shit now, bro.
Off that weed money. Yeah. So like. But this property tax reduction plan, they put out a bunch of the governor's office put out a bunch of rules about like, but I'm not going to do this. Like I want to lower property, but because people are worried that he's going to make other stuff way more expensive, right?
You think none of them old farmers and old people didn't mention marijuana in there?
Well, right, dude. So in the thing it says that they won't tax things that are medicines for human consumption. And so if it's legalized as medicine for human consumption, they're not going to be able to sales tax that.
So you can't get your cream off the top, and I think that's where they're
But
recreational.
If they would have just made it recreational, then they could
have got your cream.
They could tax the fuck out of it.
You could have already had your cream.
But if they're being hard asses about it not being legal, and we only get medicinal legalized, then they can't tax that.
Can't get your cream
according to the way it works right now. I'm sure they would write a new law that's like, but we can't tax that though. Can't tax medicine except that. Is probably what it would say after that, but
or how they do alcohol. You could only on certain days.
Yeah,
you can only buy it outside city limits.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, that's stupid. I'll just wait till tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, what the?
Well,
fuck?
I think that's the idea, is so that people are drunk less. So it worked.
Yeah, it did work. Yeah, because it was a weekend thing. It was on the weekends.
So it worked on you.
He
The whole idea is not to have drunk people.
had to go out in the country to get a beer.
Well, yeah, it's like Utah's like that, and you can only buy booze in Utah at state-run liquor stores.
Wow.
So like you can't buy beer at the grocery store, none of that shit.
Yeah, it used to be like that here.
Yeah, you have to go to a state-run liquor store.
Yeah, I wonder if it was like that here then.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know what the rules actually were, but I remember you used to have to go all the way past Highway 77, Raymond, Waverly,
Damn,
just to get a fucking beer
that's fucking crazy.
on the weekend.
That's crazy.
I think the liquor stores were open, but they closed earlier or some shit. No, they didn't open at all. I think that's what it was. And you had to go fill your cooler up. BJ's Hideaway. Oh, man, that was a rough place right there, man. Your parents probably remember BJ's Hideaway. I was a
I'll
little
ask 'em.
fucking kid. I think me and my dad was going fishing. And we stopped there. Where was it? 48th and Cornhusker. I think the lot is even still there. The concrete slab is still there, but it was like surrounded by BJ's Hideaway. Like, if you didn't know this place, you didn't know this place. Well, I remember my dad outside the car smashing the ice on the ground. We getting ready to go fishing. We filling the coolers, and I heard like I don't even know if I really knew what a gunshot was that young. Like, I was a little dude, but I remember hearing a crack. My dad was like, "Get your ass in the car," and I turned and I looked, and this chick was about to blast this dude again, man, with this little little Saturday night special, man.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I saw that shit at was it a strip club bar? It's like a roadhouse bar, man. It was that place was fucking
Damn.
man. If anybody remembers BJ's Hideaway in Lincoln,
BJ's
probably
Hideaway.
in the 70s,
Let me Google that real quick.
80s.
We gotta go.
Yeah, there's probably some articles about
me-
that
let me
fucking
Google that.
place. BJ's.
BJ's Hideaway.
Stop and get some ice, and you see somebody get shot. See a stripper shooting a motherfucker.
Here we go, dude.
What popped up?
An assault. This might be it. No, wait, this isn't it. Okay. An exotic dancer at BJ's Hideaway was bending down for a tip when a patron bit her right hip and wouldn't let go. The sergeant said the woman had to hit the man in the head to get him to release his grip. The woman was this dude bit her and would not let go.
Damn, dog.
BJ's received a tavern violation for not reporting the assault. Assault. This is a list of all the shit that happened at BJ's Hideaway or something. Okay.
This was back in the 80s, so it was really it was in the country. Like,
Dude, this dude has a LinkedIn. No, but I can't get on
BJ's
it.
Hideaway. They got a whole fucking.
His name's BJ Helmstadter.
No, that's the homie.
BJ's Hideaway. I wonder, there's a BJ's Hideaway in Oregon now. I wonder if this is the same.
I doubt it. Not that place.
Or is BJ's Hideaway still around? It's not, right?
No. BJ's Hideaway, man, been gone probably over 30 years now, man.
Shit. Oh, so maybe the LinkedIn one is a different guy. It's the other one.
Yeah, it's been gone. There ain't
probably
nothing
the
left
other one.
but the concrete slab where the lot used to be.
Let's see. I'm going to do
Shit,
LinkedIn.
probably in the late 80s, early 90s, they finally closed that motherfucker down. It got pretty rough out there.
Yeah, no, can't find it. Can't find anything about nobody pulling out.
They
a
might not have
Saturday night
reported
special.
it.
They
They didn't
probably
report the chick
Yeah,
getting
well, I was
bit.
gonna say they probably didn't. They probably
They
didn't.
might have
report
poured some whiskey on that shit and sent him home.
it. Yeah, they probably didn't. But they said you get free dances for life, but not from her.
Yeah, that got to be.
Not from her.
They could have did a movie about that place. Patrick Swayze.
So it was like a strip club.
Yeah, it was a strip club / bars. Yeah, / brothel. Yeah, anything you want.
And your dad's like, "Let's go get some ice.
Let's just stop and get some ice.
Let's get some ice from there."
Ice.
We watched Don't Be a Menace the other night.
Classic.
Wayans Brothers one. This shit's pretty funny.
Not a big Wayans brother fan, but that one is a classic.
They're making White Chicks 2 as well. Terry Crews said it. He said we're doing it.
Yeah, I don't think we need that one.
I don't think we need it either, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's like people get bored or
creativity is just
or like
lacking.
they get broke. It's like is it like do they get broke and they're like, oh, this will make money for sure, or is it like they just want to do it? And I don't know.
Well, I mean, just like any other thing, there's a crowd for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I mean, my wife loves white chicks, so we're probably gonna see.
there's
We're
a
gonna. I mean,
crowd
we're gonna
for it.
see white chicks too.
I mean, just because 100 people don't like it, don't mean
a million.
200,
people,
or
yeah.
don't. There's a crowd. There's a certain crowd for
No,
that.
for sure, for sure.
I don't think I've ever watched the first one. Like I said, I'm not really huge fans of theirs.
Oh yeah. Well, if you're not fans of theirs, then
no, I'm not.
Probably
They're not funny to me. Not a knock on them. That I just don't like their kind of comedy. Now their brother Damon Wayans, yeah, he's fucking funny. He's fucking funny. What's that movie? Damn.
Fucking Major Payne.
Major Payne.
I fucking love Major
Classic,
Payne, dude.
Classic. His stand-up comedy In Living Color. I do watch the Wayans Brothers show back in the day. That shit was funny with John Witherspoon.
And what was the one? Didn't one of the Wayans brothers have a show too with
Damon Wayans? What was it? My Wife and Kids.
Yeah, My Wife and Kids.
Classic.
Yeah.
That they say that was really about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
Really?
Yeah, they were the producers of that show.
Oh.
Yeah, that was supposed to
well
pick what they wanted to look like.
I was about to say that's probably not what it was like at all.
It's not like it was at all, but yeah, that show was about them, their life.
You didn't know that. Well, that's all we got. We gotta go. Let us know what your favorite sitcom is. I guess I like King of Queens. I think King of Queens is pretty funny. You like that with Kevin James?
Good show.
Friends.
Leah Remini was thicker than cold peanut butter. She was thick in that show.
Friends is good.
I had a problem with Friends, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I don't think Friends was for you. Yeah.
There was this show back in the day called Living
I
Single,
don't think it was that relatable.
and it was Friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Friends
Only
was,
it was
Friends
a black
like
cast.
Friends was like a ripoff.
Yeah, it was a ripoff of Living. If you watch Living Single, you're like, holy shit, this is fucking Friends. But only difference is in Living Single, they had white friends. Like there was white people in the show. Star actors, unknown actors. Now we go to Friends, and they were where? In Manhattan, New York?
Yeah.
And no black friends? Not one? Joey the Italian motherfucker? You didn't have no black friends?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple episodes where Ross dates a black chick.
Somebody.
It's Aisha Taylor, I think.
Somebody said that,
but they treat it kind of like a novelty, like they like kind of make it a big deal that he's dating a black girl, I think. But
like somebody maybe wrote into the show, so we better do it real quick.
Yeah. Something. Yeah.
That's the opinions that I got from other people.
I've never seen this. We might try to watch this Living Single show. I've never.
Yeah, check out Living Single, and you'll be like, oh my god, Joey is Overton, the smooth dude is the goofy chick is Rachel. You'll get it. You'll see it. You'll see it all.
Queen Latifah in this?
Yeah, Queen Latifah.
Okay.
That's I think that's her first acting.
Yeah,
like when she
1993. Yeah, so this is before Friends.
She first started acting.
Well, see, I wonder if that's what happened, right? Like, because I'm like, well, I don't think you were really the target audience for Friends, and I don't think I was really the target audience for this. So, like, maybe they did them at kind of the same time.
Well, I do remember, what was it? It was a station called WB, I think. And
yeah, dude, I used to watch WB.
They catered to, they had all the black shows on there. Like Martin,
used to watch WB
Living Single,
yeah, dude,
Wayans Brothers.
I used to watch Martin. I used to watch Wayans Brothers. I've never seen this one, though.
Living Single. Yeah, that was the original Friends.
Maybe I have. Maybe I'll put it on and I'll be like, I remember that.
And honestly, I can tell you, I've never watched the episode of Friends. I've never watched one episode.
Yeah, I used to watch all my cartoons on WB.
Seinfeld,
WB was channel 15 when I was a kid. I remember that.
Channel 15.
I remember that.
I do fuck with Seinfeld, but Seinfeld had black homies though in the show.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I'm trying to get my wife hooked on Seinfeld. She's like, it just ain't for me. But man, Seinfeld is dope.
Well, you say people think it's boring. It's like that's the point, dude.
That's the point.
It's a show about nothing.
It's a show about nothing but a whole lot.
Right.
You gotta get your mind right. And fuck with Seinfeld.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let us know what your favorite sitcom is. Watch some Seinfeld if you haven't. That shit.
I am tonight.
That shit's funny. You still fuck with Seinfeld after the what's his name, the Kramer thing?
Yeah. What's his name? Michael
Richard?
Yeah, Michael Richard.
Something like that.
I've always known Armenian people were a little racist.
Oh yeah. Is he Armenian?
Yeah, he's Armenian. He's not white. So
Armenian's not white.
In America, they are.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah, their skin's white, so
white to me.
they probably portray them as white in America, but if you go to their country, they're like, nah, what? We ain't fucking white. They are dark complected.
Oh,
They're
my
like
bad.
they're darker than you,
My bad.
but they're white.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Armenian, and I've always known historically that Armenian people can be a little racist against black people.
Yeah.
Just
My
like-
problem with Seinfeld is mostly that, like, he was dating a teenager for a while. It's kind of hard for me to watch Seinfeld after I found that out.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let's find out the. It's hard to leave. The show's fun, man. It's hard to leave the show sometimes. Jerry Seinfeld, underage girlfriend. Okay. So here's the deal. Have you seen Pineapple Express?
Vaguely.
Where he's dating a high schooler. She's 18, but she's in high school. And he's like visiting her at high school and shit, but he's like 30. Okay, so here's the deal. Seinfeld had a romance with Shoshana Gruss, who like she was a high school student. She was dating Jerry Seinfeld while she was in high school.
In real life or in the movie?
In real life.
Okay.
This is real life Jerry Seinfeld. She was dating Jerry Seinfeld while she was in high school. The problem is that they met when she was 17. And then, like, as soon as she turned 18, I guess.
See, we on some Jay-Z shit now.
It was on.
We on some Jay-Z shit now.
Yeah. It's what I'm getting from this. I haven't really. She might have even been just straight up 17 when they started dating.
Yup, that's some Jay-Z shit.
Which is even worse.
Met Beyonce when she was like 15 and shit.
This says he was engaged to 19-year-old, but this says her name was Nikki.
And how old was he at the time?
Well, this says that he was engaged when she was 19 and he was 35.
See, some motherfuckers will say.
But is this a different girl? This is there was more than one.
Okay. And what's the other motherfucker? Leo DiCaprio? Some motherfuckers will say, well, she's 18, she's legal. Nah, man, you borderline pedophile to me, Holmes.
Yeah, and well, especially if you're like, she's 17 and you're like, 18 now, here we go.
333.
Well, and it's like, I don't, and he was 38. I don't want to.
Borderline pedophile to me,
not
dog.
Even borderline, dude. Like, I don't want to date an 18-year-old.
Nah,
like,
not when I'm 48. If I'm a single 48-year-old man, I can't go.
That sounds fucking annoying.
38 will be weird.
And then, like, you can't even take her anywhere. Like,
right. Your daughter, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, not even that. Like, you
or
can't,
your granddaughter, motherfucker.
You're like, you got like a DD everywhere, I guess. Like, because she can't
get in.
She can't drink with you.
She can't drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, just spin the block and pick us up later. Like,
I don't give a fuck what you say. She's 18, it's legal. I don't give a fuck, dog.
Well, I think it's just like it's legal. I think it's weird that your line is whether it's legal or not.
Yeah, I don't give.
Right. Like, it's not even about whether it's legal. It's I don't want to date a fucking 18-year-old.
18-year-old, like, nah, man. Yeah, I got a problem with that. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say.
Take too many naps now, anyway. Like 18-year-olds.
You're right. She's
like 18-year-olds don't want to fucking nap.
Like, nah, hell no.
But anyway, yeah. So it's a fact. Jerry Seinfeld dated a 17-year-old girl when he was 38, and then apparently Julia Louis-Dreyfus, you know, the chick from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
She said, "Who cares? They're happy."
She's a weird bitch though. Anyway.
Yeah. So like Seinfeld just has. There's just a lot. Like every time I see Kramer, I think about his thing. Every time I see Jerry, I think about how he was dating a 17-year-old. Like while he was filming that show, he was dating a 17-year-old. Probably.
I did not know that. Wasn't hip.
So that's my problem with Seinfeld. But it's still a really funny show, dude. Like it's a good show.
I think we've had that. Not so much a debate, but we both asked the question.
Separating art from artists.
Can you separate the art from the artist?
It's hard for me when stuff is confirmed. Like Michael Jackson.
Never been confirmed, and I don't know. I
don't think he did. I think
he was set up.
I think he was just fucking weird.
He was weird as fuck, dog. Yeah.
I think
if he was guilty of
anything,
when a motherfucker, when you're famous at fucking 4 years old and you can't do 4-year-old shit, 5-year-old shit, 6-year-old shit.
Yeah, he's just weird.
You're gonna be a weird motherfucker. Yeah, I don't think
literally he's holding his baby over the ledge and shit. I think he's just weird.
Yeah, Mike.
But if something came out and they're like, we found a video of Michael Jackson doing this shit to a child, like
nobody did that.
Like I probably wouldn't be able to listen to Billie Jean anymore after that.
Now, R. Kelly Like I said,
Right,
I
like-
saw that shit.
Like we know he did that shit, and
I was like, yeah, that's old boy.
well, even well, I guess I'm about to unmake my own point because there hasn't been like proof. But even Drake, dude, like I just told you, like every Drake song on my playlist, my likes playlist, I took all of them off because I can't even listen to Drake.
I think it's proof enough that we're especially we're in the time where everybody's lawsuit happy.
well,
like
yeah,
frivolous.
that's what I think is
The
weird.
fri-
Like,
like, I
if somebody's
think-
putting a song on the radio going, Drake's a pedophile, like you're suing
Would you say
him.
that's proof enough? If
I'm
he's
suing
there?
you.
Yeah. Oh man, fuck that.
Yeah. If Kendrick puts out a song about Tom's a pedophile, like I'm suing Kendrick.
I'm
for
at
that.
your ass. Yeah, my people gonna call your people tomorrow. So I think that might be proof enough.
And I'd definitely be on the internet like,
We know his homie got the weird case.
this shit ain't fucking true. Like I would have said something. I would have been like, I'm not a pedophile.
we know
dude.
your homie got a weird case. That's I looked that up. That's public record.
Yeah, but he barely even said I'm not a pedophile. He said if I was a pedophile, I would have got caught. It's like, no, you wouldn't have, dude.
Who else? Jerry Lee Lewis. Not only,
Yeah,
but it was his cousin.
Yo,
I mean, they all
Great Balls of Fire.
all weird motherfuckers, man. All weird. What was the movie director? Woody
Allen.
Woody Allen fucking adopts a fucking chick and like, dog, come on.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's weird shit.
Yeah,
That's weird shit.
yeah. That's why.
Yeah, so I don't. It's hard. Like after something is like confirmed, like they did this. That's when it gets hard for me.
I got to reevaluate.
But when stuff is just rumor, and it kind of depends on what it is too, because sometimes people do stuff that I don't really care about. I can't think of an example right now, but sometimes people get canceled,
I
and
know
I'm
what
like,
you're saying.
and I'm like, I don't care about
Yeah, I
that.
don't give a fuck about
Like
that.
sometimes people, you're like, oh, you're not supposed to listen to him anymore because he, like, said retard or something. It's like I don't like.
Man, fuck that.
That's not enough for me to not listen to something.
Man, fuck
Like
that.
it's like he shouldn't have done that, but
It's almost like jury duty. Like if anybody I know gets picked for jury duty, I'm just like, well, you just use me. Tell him your husband or your brother or your cousin is a felon, and you know he don't give a fuck about the police. You know what I'm saying? So
I think I'll do that.
and as long as especially if it's a victimless crime, oh, it's a not guilty all day. There's a lot
Yeah,
of shit.
like-
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, and like if you went in and like jacked some shit off Walmart, I don't think I really care about that. Honestly,
not
Like,
guilty.
I don't like. I don't really give a fuck.
You got it on film.
Like if you stole the shoes off somebody else in the street, that's bad. If you stole a pair of shoes from Walmart, I don't think I really care.
And if the video looks any little bit of grainy, that ain't proof. I don't know that that's him. Not guilty.
Yeah, but if you hurt somebody,
Yeah, when you get to hurting motherfuckers, yeah,
yeah,
you gotta go.
yeah. Anyway, we went down the whole thing again. Let us know what your favorite sitcom is in the comments down below. Thanks for listening. Videos are on YouTube and Spotify. Audio, I think, is pretty much everywhere else. Anchor is not a thing anymore. Now it's Spotify for podcasters. So I don't really know if it's still uploading them everywhere. I think it is. I don't know.
I think it is.
I don't know why it would be different, but I haven't really confirmed that. But yeah, videos are on YouTube and Spotify. You should just watch the videos anyway. That's
Check it
what
out.
I put a lot of work into the videos, man. If this was an audio only show, this shit would only take me like a minute.
I be telling everybody, man,
But
we ain't got no professionals.
yeah, man, I work hard on these episodes, man. I edit them up. You should watch them.
Learning a new skill.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might have to direct my little short movie or something. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right. Anyways, thanks for listening. Tell your friends to listen to us too. They probably like us just as much as you do, maybe even more. Our number one fan might be your best friend. I don't know. See you later.